a writer, but I am planning to write, if not a book, a script before I've got 6 years before I go into politics. So this is the clock is ticking. So yes, there is a plan. Yes, sure.
Why didn't you join the SBS? They don't watch ethics.
Why did I do the SBS as opposed to the SAS? So if you don't know this, SBS is Special Boat Service, which is Navy SEALs equivalent, yeah? And the SAS is Delta Force equivalent, correct? I win a cookie. SBS is more into cross-dressing than any other branch. I thought the Navy was... Oh, it is the Navy, of course it is the Navy. Well, I didn't. I had to go and actually do it for real, in the sense of you had to go and do the real stuff if you were in the SBS, and I had to go and do the wearing the dress stuff. So yes, I didn't, and I didn't. But when I ran my 43 missions, my 43 marathons, that was me trying to do selection for the military, basically. So thank you for that. Yes, another question. Right at the back, waving like this. Yes, sure. Any martini shows? Any what shows? Oh, TV shows. I thought you said any martini shows. Wow. Any more TV shows? Yes, there is one. I'm in a holding pattern waiting to see which is the next drama series I do. But yes, I'm trying to get into another drama series as soon as possible. That will be coming up then. So yes, indeed. What have we got? So yes, your question. What would I do if I wasn't a famous comedian? Well, I was going to go into politics if I wasn't going to do comedy kind of thing. So, teach history. Well, I actually didn't like history. Well, actually, I half liked history in school. I liked the dates and the facts, and I didn't like the essay making. I just went to your World War I museum today, and that was so I liked, they used to ask me that question in Britain when a lot of kids said, why did the First World War start? Because it's a very complex question. And they've got a whole film about why it started. And they just kept asking me that over and over again in tests. And so I got a bit bored of that. But I liked the freedom to be able to range through all parts of history. Well, I tried to look for the human elements because I have this theory in history, which is history plus the change in society multiplied by the change in technology equals the future. And that means, well, it sounds a bit silly, but it actually means the repeats of humanity, because we keep repeating ourselves, multiplied plus the change in society, because society moves, only plus because it moves at a certain changeability speed, and then multiplied by the change in technology, like Twitter and Facebook suddenly moved Arab Spring revolutions, boom, they suddenly leapt forward, and they've been trying to do that for years. So that, you can sort of work out where the future's going and hopefully head it in the right direction. This is my theory. So I kind of prefer being able to grab it from Wikipedia, from videos and DVDs, and at my own speed as well. I don't know, because the teaching at school is, we need to do that, but there is this way that if you do the autodidactic self-taught thing, you just do whatever you want when you want to, and it's all knowledge. And I don't want to learn about that. I want to learn about sharks now. Now I want to learn about how was this ballot thing constructed, and what was this, the history of this building. Was this a cinema, Rayburn? Yes. Yeah. And so I know that they're massive. Sorry? That's right wing? I think not. No, I don't think picking and choosing how you teach yourself in that way. I mean, I'm at school. I mean, when you're talking about being home taught at home, I don't know, but no, I don't think you can say that's right wing. Right wing is killing people. Right wing is right wing, extreme right wing is that. But no, I don't think. No, I don't think. Does anyone else agree with that? Oh no, but I'm choosing things at my own speed and putting them all together so I have a whole mesh of everything that's ever happened. Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, you mean learning selective things and being, selective quote mining and all that kind of stuff. Yes, yeah, but I'm just saying, learn what you need, the pieces you need to listen. It's like yes, too many questions. Okay, okay, your question, just there with the dark shirt on, yeah. Not a huge amount, not in my political sphere. So I'm going. It's Senator Al Franken is someone I'm. Yes, your question. I'm not. You can take pictures here, but if I do yours, I need to do everyone. So that's why I'm doing this big group thing. It gets tricky. Yes, your question. Yes.
What's the best advice you have for us as Americans when traveling abroad today?
What is my best advice for you traveling abroad? I just think go broaden the mind, go and say hello to people, try and learn language. If you're trying to learn language, they do actually appreciate it. Travel abroad is like go anywhere, you know, and be brave and get out there and just do it, I'd say. Nothing much more than that. Yes, your question, sir. Yes, yours.
What are you wearing underneath that jacket?
What am I wearing? A top. A top, ladies and gentlemen. I'm kind of crazy with that. Yes, there was a question. There was a hand that went up and then went down again. But so I'll take that hand there. Yes, yours. Your hand got bandaged around that. I can't do that. I'm afraid it challenges the immigration laws. So yes, your question. What colour lipstick? This is called Lady Danger from MAC. And it's been approved by the Church of whatever the fuck it was. Church of Craziness. Yes, sure. Ooh. For the historical facts? Or for any facts? I don't know. That's when you go to the list like this, I can't even do it. I might have to come back to that one. Oh, well, there was something that I pointed out to the people who were running the World War. What's interesting is if you look at pictures of Richmond right at the end, where it's US Grant up against Robert E. Lee, they got into trench warfare because the Gatling gun had been invented. It became trench warfare. And I think the day that war finished, your Civil War, and if you look at what they did in the first day of World War I, it completely joins up. The end of your Civil War is the beginning of World War I. That's how technology works in wartime. It's kind of spooky like that. It just stops and no one invents anything new. And then, because no one really, even if they come up with ideas, they come up with like tank warfare between World War I and World War II. It didn't move, even though Little Hart came up with the idea of moving tanks around. And then Guderian said, hey, let's do tangent fist punches with tanks. That's what happened. That's what they moved very fast. And then the Israelis used that in moving lightning speed movements in the 6 Days War. So this is what I know about warfare. Your question, rather than back in the sort of future thing. Yes. Yes. Doing Hannibal was great. Working with Brian Fuller, it's fantastic. It's kind of spooky doing the thing, but it's not as scary shooting it as it is looking at it. I think, hopefully. And it's not my normal end of town, but there is some sort of link between, I don't know, the extreme nature of comedy that makes people's minds jump, and then if you go and play quite a dark character, I think people sort of link those two up in some way. Well, thank you very much. Yes, your question. My favourite comedian? Well, Monty Python. Sorry? I'm not sure. I'm just going to say Monty Python. Yes, you probably know they're doing the last gigs, and the last one on the 20th of July will be linked up by cinema, so you can watch it at cinemas in Kansas City. So yeah, get that, because that could be the last ever. Favourite comedian right now at the moment? I really like Patton Oswalt from American Comedians. Michael Bigley as well. I just retweeted. He's touring as well. I'm playing 32 cities. He's playing 35, so he's 3 ahead of me. So I'm going to have to catch up on the second leg. Oh well, then we can't get into the other things. Yes. I cut out refined sugar, but I had the stamina before that because I was running the marathons on that. But refined sugar is the burger, guys. If you can, it cuts out a lot of stuff though. It gets all desserts go away, all chocolate goes away. But about 2 or 3 weeks out, once you've stopped eating it, you don't crave it. And I craved it since the age of 4 when I ran for an ice cream and smashed my whole tooth out. My mother had given me a sixpence in Northern Ireland. This is when I had a Northern Ireland accent. And I would have said, Mom, can I have sixpence for ice cream? Probably not that strong, but I was beginning to sound that way. And I ran, I knocked the whole tooth out, but I still got the ice cream. because the sugar was the king, and it's a drug. It doesn't have effects like heroin and coke and whatever, but it is still a drug. So that's no the stamina. I think I was given the stamina gene. I might have been given the stamina gene. I was determined little bastard at school, and yeah, I've been quite determined ever since. Yeah, just a little bit. We have one more.